Hi everyone. Hi, it's Miss Melissa from the Fine Arts Association. Today I'm going to teach you how to make your very own pom-pom with a really easy technique. And then after I teach you that, I'm going to teach you how to make that pom-pom into some adorable snowman ornaments that you can give as gifts. Okay? So let's see what we need to make our pom-pom. You're going to need 2 paper towel rolls, some white yarn. This is just a medium weight yarn, a piece of a box or an old piece of cardboard that you could draw on, and a cup. Okay? Now the cup should be somewhere between 3 and 3.5 inches at the opening. Doesn't have to be too exact, but that's around what you're shooting for, okay? So the first step is to take your 2 paper towel rolls and take your yarn, and you are going to start wrapping the yarn around the paper towel rolls. Just let the end kind of hang there. If it gets caught up in there, it really doesn't matter. And you're just going to start wrapping those. Now, you can't wrap them too tight. You want to wrap them tight enough where they stay on there, but not so tight where they smush your paper towel rolls. You don't want to smush your paper towel rolls. They should still look like circles when you're done, like you're looking through binoculars, okay? If they start to look like this, then you are not doing it right. So as I start wrapping this, you'll see it starts making the yarn thicker and thicker on the paper towel rolls. Now, how many times is the right amount of times? Well, with this regular acrylic medium weight yarn, 175 times seems to be the perfect amount. Now, if you have a thicker yarn or a thinner yarn, that's going to be different, okay? So let's say I've already wrapped this 175 times, okay? It's going to look like that. You can see it's pretty thick. Now, the scissors you're using are really important, okay? They have to be sharp scissors. You can't use kids' blunt scissors, all right? They have to have a point. So pointed scissors that can cut through yarn. This is what this looks like when it's been wrapped 175 times. Okay, so there's quite a bit on there. And you can see it's about the thickness of my hand. All right, so now I'm going to cut another piece of yarn that is double the length of the paper towel roll. So 1, 2. So this piece of yarn is double the length of 1 paper towel roll. And I am going to put that through here and bring it around the back. Like that. Okay. Just like that. Now I'm going to tie a regular knot. So watch what I do. I crisscross, make an X, and go under, and then go under one more time. That's going to make your knot tighter. So let me show you that again. You're going to make an X like this, and then go under, just like a regular knot when you tie your shoelaces. Only this time I'm going to go under one more time. I'm going to pull that very tightly. Okay. Now there's only so tight you're going to be able to pull it. Flip it over. That's what it looks like on the back, the same as the front, because you're pulling it through the middle. You're only going to be able to pull that so tightly, and then you're going to have to slide it off. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this one off. And when I slide it off, I have to make sure that it keeps its shape. Okay. I gotta find my knot in there. And I'm gonna pull my knot nice and tight. Just like that. And then I'm gonna tie it again to make a double knot. Just do one more knot like you just did. Go through twice, just like you just did. And pull it. Okay, so here's what you have. You have this shape that's pinched in the middle, and it has a loop on each side. You should have the pieces that you just tied. Now, if these extra pieces that are hanging here, if they're confusing you, not the ones you just tied, the other extra ones, just cut them off because they will confuse you. All right, so here's your knot you just tied. And I'm going to go ahead and tie the top of it to make it like an ornament. So let me show you that again. First, I'll untie it. Okay, so I put the pieces together and I wrap it around my fingers and I put it under and I pull it. So the goal there is that now you have what looks like a body poof that you would see hanging in your shower, okay? Now this little extra little chunk here I'm going to cut off. Now just to make sure that this little hanger, that is what's going to be used to make our ornament hanger, doesn't get cut off, I like to put a little bit of blue on it. Well, blue in this case, a little bit of a color so that I know not to cut that piece off. So a little bit of marker on there, but I know not to cut that piece. Okay, so here's what we've got. Let's see where our loops are. So here is where one paper towel roll was inside there. There's a loop, and here's where the other paper towel roll was. Can you see that? So two sets of loops. Now what you're going to do is take your scissors and put them inside that loop. And you're just going to start cutting. You're going to cut all of those loops. Okay, let me flip that over. So now, if you did it right, you've got one loop that's not cut yet and one loop that is. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this on the other side and cut those loops. And like I said, you're going to need some sharper scissors to do this. They don't have to be big scissors, they just have to be pointed scissors. I'm going to make sure not to cut the piece that I put the mark on. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Looks like a very furry pom-pom. Okay, so moving on, we have a piece of cardboard, and I went ahead and I traced my cup 2 times. Then I cut out my cardboard circles, and here's what they look like. 2 cardboard circles. One of those cardboard circles, I am going to cut a line going to the middle. All right, just like that. So it's like Pac-Man. Or one slice to the middle of a pizza. Okay? Then I'm going to take my pom-pom. Well, the beginning of my pom-pom. So here it is. It's kind of a mess. And I'm going to slide it into that little groove and flip it over and give it a little shake. So this is the bottom and this is the top. And I'm just going to shake it until it separates like that. Okay? Next, I'm going to put this on top. So here's the top, and here's the bottom. Now here's the part that gets messy. I'm gonna get a little bowl because it's going to make a mess. I'm going to start cutting all of the little pieces of yarn, except for this one that I put the blue mark on. I never cut that one. I'm going to start cutting it around this circle. There's a circle on this side and there's a circle on this side, kind of like an ice cream sandwich. All right. And I am cutting all the extra yarn around my ice cream sandwich. So while I do that, I'm going to pause the camera, and when I'm done, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, it looks like I am just about done trimming off all the extra to make this look like an ice cream sandwich. Okay. I want a nice even edge on there going all the way around. So let's see here. When I take off my cardboard pieces, and hold the piece with the marker on it that I didn't cut, give that a little shake. Now you can see that's still not quite shaped like a pom-pom. It's kind of weird shaped actually. So the last time you did it, you had this piece at the top, the part where it hangs. This time, that part is going to go to the side, okay? So I'm going to set it down on there. Here's the piece sticking off to the side. I'm going to flatten it down, just like that, okay? I'm going to set this on top. Now see how you have all the extra hanging off? Again. Now you're just going to give it a haircut again. You're going to keep cutting until again it looks like an ice cream sandwich. Do not cut this piece. That's your hanger. So keep cutting, keep cutting, keep cutting until all the extra is gone. All the way around. Now I have one that I already did. Okay, so this one I have already trimmed all around the sides. So it looks nice and even. Be extra careful when you go by the hanger. Now I'm going to take it off again. Give it a shake again. You can see there's lots of little fluffy stuff flying around. Now it should start looking more like a pom-pom, which it is. You're still going to have a few stray pieces. It's just not a perfect situation here. So you may have just a few that you need to give a little haircut to. Like that. And then you will have your pom-pom on a string. So let's find out how to decorate it. Okay, let's talk about how to decorate our snowman ornament. Here's your pom-pom, here's the hanger. That part goes on the top of our snowman's face. And I have a piece of foam here. This is just craft foam, but orange paper would work too. Got some buttons, a couple pieces of pipe cleaner, and I have a few little craft pom-poms. You could use 1.5 or 2-inch pom-poms. And then this is just some tacky glue, and I just use a paper clip to put that on. So I'm gonna take my button and I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on my button. Put it on there like that. And I think you can figure out where eyes go. That's not too hard to figure out. And then I'm going to take my triangle that I cut out of the craft foam. No particular size. It'll look great no matter what you decide. I'm just gonna dip that right into the glue. Just like that. And then I'm just gonna kind of separate the yarn here where I want to put this and set that in there and just kind of put the yarn back down around it like that so it stays in place. And you want it to be so that when the snowman is turned sideways, his carrot nose sticks out like that. Now I have my pipe cleaner, a little piece of black pipe cleaner. I just bent it. And I'm going to put my glue on there. Don't need a ton because it doesn't really weigh anything. I'm just going to set my little smile on there. Okay, you can see what that looks like. Now you can leave your snowman just like this, or we can add some earmuffs. Very easy. Take your pom-pom, dip it in the glue, get some glue on there, and we're going to put that one on this side. You can, of course, make these any color you would like. Dip the other one. See, not perfect. Doesn't have to be. Stick that on the other side, where your snow person's ears would be. Then you're going to take your pipe cleaner, cut it so that it looks about the right size. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then you're going to dip one side, dip the other side in the tacky glue, like that. And I'm going to put one side under one earmuff and one side under the other. So he looks just like that. And then when you hang it, that's what it will look like. Now, if you come up with a creative way to decorate your snow person, I am all for that. I'm always all for the creativity. So maybe you just had a piece of ribbon laying around left over from Christmas or a present or something, and you want to give your snowman a bow. Maybe you want to give your snowman a hat. Maybe you have a better idea. I can't wait to see what you come up with. And thanks for watching.